welcome to Visual Recreation, the essential video guide to winning FML each and every week. I'm your local cowrophiliac Drew.
That you are, and I'm Joey, your strategy guy. And this week I'm terrified. You know what?
Is it the same reason why I'm super excited?
Probably because It Chapter 2 premieres this weekend.
That's right. And also I'm super excited because it's a brand new season in Fantasy Movie League. Forget about all those terrible lineups and terrible decisions you played last season or the season before, because that's all in the past. And you couldn't possibly make those same mistakes in the next season because everything's going to be changed overnight, right, Dewey?
Yeah, or could you? Maybe. Well, It Chapter 2 premieres this weekend, and 27 years after the events of the first It film in 2017, the Loser Club returns to Derry to defeat Pennywise once and for all.
That's right. Now, It Chapter 2 stars Jessica Chastain, James McAvoy, Bill Hader, and Bill Skarsgård reprises his role as Pennywise. And that's just a few of this star-studded cast that's going to be in this movie.
That's right. Now, Andy Muschietti returns to direct this movie. He directed It back in 2017, so he's back at it again.
That's right. Now, Joey, I just wanted to say I don't want any Muschietti. I'm going gluten-free.
Really?
Now, this movie is rated R, and it has a runtime of 2 hours and 49 minutes, which is 30 minutes longer than the 2017 It.
That's right. That's some endgame runtime right there.
Well, this is an endgame type movie.
The endgame for Pennywise. Now, Pro Box Office has its long-range forecast at around $119 million with a potential 3-day opening range of, check this out, $100 million all the way to $140 million, which is a slight dip from previous weeks.
Wow, that is a big range. It's almost a little bit not helpful, but I think there was a little bit of a dip. It was a 14% dip 2 weeks ago. So it's not my favorite to see a little dip in the long-range forecast, but let's take a look at what It in 2017 did when it premiered. Pretty much in the same weekend of this one, it made a historic $123 million opening weekend, which is the most for a rated R film, most in horror movie franchises, and it opened to 4,100 theaters, which was a 30,000 PTA, which is insane numbers.
Yes. Now, coming off of Labor Day weekend, many movies that have expanded will lose some of their volume, but with It Chapter 2 being the only new release, I'm confident it's going to hit those triple-digit numbers.
I think so too. Again, I don't like to see a dip in the long-range forecast, especially with a movie of this caliber, of this size, that's the only new release this weekend. But it's hard to say that a movie's going to do the same or even better when it did historic heights the first time around.
That's right.
So I can see it definitely hitting the triple digits. I just don't think it could hit into the 123s or the 120s. Maybe, and we've seen this happen throughout this year. I mean, these big movies like Toy Story 4 just came in below its long-range forecast. Hobbs & Shaw came in below its long-range forecast. So 119, I think, is doable, but to be cautious, I would put it lower, 115, 110. Granted, this one's going to get all your IMAX theaters, your Dolby theaters. In over 4,000, it's probably going to do the same amount of come out in the same amount of theaters as the first one did. So if that's doing that with all those big-time paid theaters, then, I mean, who's to say it won't make that kind of money?
Yeah, and I can see it making a little less just due to the fact that majority of your sequels are not going to top the previous film or even come close to it. I mean, there has been some in history that's done that, but for the most part, sequels don't usually make that much or as much as the first one. But I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt here because the first one had all the hype behind it. Everyone loved it. It just did great. That I think the second one can do the same thing. People want to know the outcome. They want to know what's going to happen. So yeah, I think 120, 123, something like that. I think it can get up there again.
I think that's very doable. Now, before we get into anything else, this movie is for sure split. I mean, it's split back in Fantasy Movie League back in 2017. So let's take a look at what that movie did. With the It Split, the total was $123 million. On the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Friday made around $50 million, which was just over 40% of the total weekend. Saturday made around $45 million to make it around 36.6%. And then Sunday made around $28 million to give it that 22.8%.
That's right. Now, the bonus bar for this movie was, or for it back then, was 131,000. And in 2017, the Saturday split made the bonus. So it was played twice with one screen of Sunday for the perfect Cineplex. So, I mean, look at one of those days this time to make the bonus, possibly.
Right, and back then, I don't know how, like, who would have thought that 2017 was going to hit that historic heights. So now hearing that and then having this long range forecast from Pro Box Office with a range of 100 million to 140 million and with those splits of 40.6 and 36.6, I mean, those are super similar. I feel as though with Vincent Pricing knowing all this information now, there's no way he's going to allow you to play 2 times Saturday with a Sunday. I think they're going to be priced, Friday's going to be priced a little bit higher than Saturday, and you're going to be able to play one Friday, one Saturday, maybe a Saturday and a Sunday combo, and Friday and Sunday combo, but you're not going to be able to do 2 Saturdays and a Sunday. Right, I couldn't possibly see that happening again.
Yeah, I mean, because if you look at the pricing back from the first Friday was at 467, Saturday was 342, and Sunday was 214. And you're right, I don't see them putting the numbers for the split that far apart. They're going to be much closer together and much higher price.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
Also, be sure to look at the Thursday preview in 2017. I always want to say last year for some reason, but in 2017, it made $13.5 million on that Thursday preview with a multiplier of 9 to give you that $123 million. That was very big. That's a very big Thursday preview, especially for a horror movie, and that's a very good multiplier. Be sure to collect more comps though, because with any statistical data, you want a bigger sample size. You want more data to get a better, clearer picture. So I think this is pretty much a blueprint for this next one, but you want to take into account some more horror movies, some more of these different movies, rated R movies that came out in September to get a bit of more feel for how this split's going to be and what kind of a multiplier you could be looking at.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's all we have for you this week, so thank you for watching and good luck in your Fantasy Movie League. Brand new week of a brand new season. Good luck, and we'll see you in the next one.
That's right. And remember, sometimes you gotta risk it to get that biscuit.